Right then, next event is the car walk. Let's head to the boneyard for a quick little explanation on that. Right, next event is the car walk. This thing weighs 430 kilos, which is just under £1,000 for you Americans out there, and they've got to pick this up and run a course of around 20 meters fastest time possible. So this is going to be a hard event. There's a lot going on with the car. It's moving about, it's pulling them forwards, backwards, left, right. So a real tough event, very taxing on the core. So let's see how they get on this. Right, as you've just seen, the guys warming up yesterday in the car park. They got £1,000. They've put the weight up to £1,000, 454 kilos. Got to run this car 20 meters as fast as they possibly can. So it's no easy feat of strength. Let's have a look at Group 1 standings as of now. Okay, Group 1, we've got going out first, Oscar Solkowski. He's on 4.5 points. Kevin Fares on 12.5. Eddie Williams on 15.5. Trey Mitchell on 14. Luke Stoltman on 17.5. So that's quite tight. Out in the lead is Tristan Hoath on 20 points. So this is a real battle for that first place spot and who goes into the stones. So Group 1, car walk, event 5. Here we go. Right, Group 1 down for the car walk. So Eddie Williams smashed that in 14 seconds. Tristan Hoath was second with 23.2 and Stoltman in third with 24.1. Trey Mitchell only managed 16 meters. Not surprising because of his Achilles heel, but great work, Trey. Kevin Fares 12.9 and Sokolsky did half a meter. So in the lead is Tristan Hoath on 25. He is straight through to the final, doesn't have to do the stone off. So I think going into the stones is Eddie Williams versus Luke Stoltman. They both tied on 21.5 points. Trey Mitchell in third on 17, Kevin Fares 14.5, and Zolkowski on 5.5. So Eddie Williams versus Luke Stoltman. It's going to be a tough one. I think Luke's got the edge. Luke is, like his brother Tom, just phenomenal at stones. So I can't see Eddie Williams beating Luke. But you never know. It's a strong man. One mistake and anything can happen. So, right, I'm going to try and catch an interview with Tristan Hoath to see how he's feeling going into that. Relatively breezed through the heats, if I'm being honest. Like, new onto the scene, debut at World's Strongest Man, smashed it. Like, well done to him. I'll try and grab him in a second. But Group 2... we got Austin Andrade, Gavin Bilton is retired, Nicholas Canby, Andre 42, Mitchell Hooper, and Spencer Remick. So, who do I think? Mitchell Hooper, of course, should smash this. And then I'm going to go for, I don't know, it's a tough one. I don't know about second place for Group 2, so we'll just get stuck into Group 2 right now, and I'll be back in a second. Right, with Tristan Hoath now. Bro, that was phenomenal. Like, nothing looked too strenuous for you through the entire heats, and now you're through to the final. Don't have to do that at Stones. Debut at World's Strongest Man as well. How's it all feeling, man?
It's pretty amazing, eh? Like, just coming out, I knew I'd be consistent. Obviously was consistent enough to get through, and, you know, the yoke is a little bit tough. It's the first time in a car yoke, it's small. But I knew I had to finish it and did what I have to do.
Well done. Final events, how are we looking for those? Is there anything that you've got like an Achilles heel in? Anything you're really strong at?
Well, I haven't done any like keg toss, so that'll be interesting. Conan's, I haven't done any Conan since 2018, so that'll be interesting. Deadlifts, like aiming for a handful of deadlifts. The yoke frame would be okay. Stones are stones, and yeah, like, and then the axle, like hit a couple, first two axles probably, and 400-ish, and probably be enough for me.
Nice. So weakest event, probably the keg toss?
Yeah, keg toss is going to be, I don't even know at this point.
Yeah, I was the same, man. When I was competing, it was like just getting the right implements and practice. Those angles are terrible, man. So I wouldn't look forward to that as well.
Yeah, especially like throwing for height. Yeah. Like, it's different if you're just throwing over 15. Like, that's easy, but throwing for height's not something I've ever done.
Right. Well, good luck, buddy. Super well done for what you've done. Good luck. Good luck. Group 2 on the car walk. So Spencer Remick won the event with 20.8 seconds. Austin Andrade did it in 24.1. Nicholas Canby did it at 35.6. And then Mitchell Hooper, very good tactics here, did 4th, only did 3 meters, and this was tactics. So 42 only did 2 meters, so they must have had some kind of agreement beforehand. 42 knew he wasn't going to beat Hooper, so both conserving energy. Had a little agreement beforehand, so Mitchell just did 3, he did 2. Mitchell's going through, and 42's doing their stone off. So I guess that would have been the way if they'd have gone for it. So very, very clever, very, very brain power efficient between the two of them to conserve energy going into the final. And obviously 42 has got to do the stones. So Hooper straight through to the final, 25.5 points. 42, 22.5. Andrade, 20. Remick, 16.5, and Camby, 10.5. So it's going to be, for Group 2, to find out who's going to go through to the final in the next event, is going to be 42 versus Andrade. So who's going to beat who in the Atlas Stones? That's exciting, because I think both are going to be quite good. So Group 3 up next, and we have Adam Bishop, Thomas Evans, Rob Kearney, Pat Dwyer, Matthew Ragg, and Schmock Stellis. So Mr. Bishop has got to claw back some points. It's half a point behind Matthew Ragg. So Bishop has got to do this to get through to the final without having to do the Atlas Stones, which would be a blessing for Mr. Bishop. So Group 3 next. Right, Group 3 done. So winning that group, coming back a little bit, redemption, is last World's Strongest Man, he says as well. Rob Kearney did it in 12.07 seconds, which I think is the fastest so far. Schmuck Stellix did it in 17. Matthew Ragg at 19.17. Evans 55. Now Bishop only did 15 meters, and I'm afraid to say I think he's torn something in his calf or heel or something. I think he initially thought he'd ruptured his Achilles heel, but I hope to God that is not the case. So, I mean, regardless, Matthew Ragg is going straight through to the final. Adam Bishop and Schmuck Stellix will be doing the stone off. There's only half a point between those. If Mr. Bishop can't do the stones, then Thomas Evans will step in and do the stone off. So we'll have to see how Bishop gets on. I don't want to go and interview him, because I know when you're in that frame of mind, the last thing you want is a camera pointed in your face when you're drowning in your sorrows. So I'm going to leave Mr. Bishop alone for now. Okay. Group 4. Marcus Crowder, Kane Francis, Rhino Heinle, Pavlo Kodiaka, Evan Singleton, and Evans Nana. Every time. Jamie, stop laughing. Right. So, I think Mr. Singleton is, he knows what he's got to do. He's got a decent lead against the other guys. So, I think Evans just going to do what he knows. He's going out last, I think. So, he knows what he's got to do to qualify, and that's exactly what he's going to do. I think Pavlo is going to do well on this as well. So I think it's going to be Pavlo and Heinle and Crowder fighting for the second place spot on this event. Let's see. Right, Group 4 done. So winning that event was Evans Nana. Come on now. Come on. Well done to Evan. So first time appearing at World's Strongest Man. The first person to compete from Ghana. So well done to you, sir. That was really good performance on that. Second was Crowder. He did the full course in 22.2. Francis did 23.5. Well done, Kane. Kodiaka did 29.9. That was pretty slow for Kodiaka. That's not usual for him on some kind of car walk. He's usually a bit faster than that. Heinle only did 8.7 meters. I don't know what's going on with Heinle there. And Evan didn't even do it because he's already through to the final. So in the stone offs is Pavlo Kodiaka and Crowder. So maybe that's why Kodiaka didn't do so fast, or the full course, sorry. Yeah, didn't do so fast because he knew he was just in the stone off, so conserving energy. So Kodiaka versus Crowder in the stone off for Group 4. Next up is Group 5. And do we have a tight group on this? I cannot remember. So Group 5 is looking like Tom Stoltman in the lead, Schoenwinkel in second. So 21.5 for Tom, Schoenwinkel on 17, and then half a point behind is Dawinski. So Tom Stoltman for the win. if he chooses to, but I don't think he's going to need the points by the sounds of it. Sort of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 point lead. So I think he has to come. I think he gets a point, so he only has to move it an inch, and he's through, guaranteed through. So let's just find out. Right, Group 5 in. Roszkowski, the Polish, won it with 22.4 seconds. Dawinski with 22.5, so only 0.1 behind Schoenwinkel. 28.4. Galtry 36.9. Tom only did a couple of meters because that's all he had to do to qualify. So the people going through to the final, Tom's going straight through to the final. It's Dawinski versus Schoenwinkel. Ooh. So Schoenwinkel is a brilliant stone lifter. Dawinski, I've not had too much experience, but from what I've seen briefly online, he is a good stone lifter, capable of doing 3, maybe 4 reps of the 200 kilo stone, and so is Schoenwinkel, so that's going to be a great battle. Right, that is event 5 done in the heats. We've got one more event to go. We've got 5 people through already into the final, so I guess the next event is going to be the Atlas stones, working away from 140 kilo all the way to 200, and then it's just rep back and forth on that 200 kilo stone until someone drops out. So that'll be next on the channel, so keep your eyes peeled. Quick recap on who's through to the final. We have got Tom Stoltman, Evan Singleton, Matthew Ragg, Mitchell Hooper, and Tristan Hoath. Sorry, it's just quite hard to remember 30 guys' names and who's where. So those 5 guys are through to the final. So I'll see you in a short while for the stone offs. See you in a bit.